Hello students, I am Professor Nikhil Kunjir and welcome to our channel. Today we are discussing our practical number second for the subject electrical substation and practices. So title is to draw layout and prepare report of 11 kV pole mounted substation earthing. So we'll discuss in detail. In the first one is 11 kV pole mounted substation. So first figure indicates the layout of pole mounted substation and second figure shows the single line diagram of 11 kV pole mounted substation. So in this diagram we'll see the lightning arrestor is located at the top of the substation and incoming 11 kV line is connected at the top through the fuses and gang isolator. It is connected to the LV winding, that is 11 kV side of this step down transformer. Then that step down transformer will step down the voltage up to 400 volt 3 phase 4 wire system, as this transformer is delta star. That means primary winding of this transformer is delta connected and secondary winding is in star connected. Then again 400 volt supply is given to the distributor line. Here we can connect 400 kV R, Y, B, N. These are the distributors. Again 400 volt. These are the distributor. Here we are using oil circuit breaker in order to protect the fault. If fault occurs at the consumer end, that oil circuit breaker will protect the transformer from that fault current. Here we are using operating handle for the isolator so that that isolator can be manually operated or that circuit can be open or closed. So here in single line diagram we can consider the lightning arrestor, symbol of the lightning arrestor, then fuse, isolating switch, then transformer, LT oil circuit breaker, then 400 volt supply. So this is our 11 kV pole mounted substation. So it is a distribution substation which is placed overhead on a pole. It is the cheapest form of the substation as it does not involve any building works. Then figure 1 shows the layout of pole mounted substation. Then second point is, whereas the figure 2 shows the schematic connection or single line diagram of 11 kV pole mounted substation. Then the transformer and other equipment is mounted on H pole or 4 pole structure. And third point is, the 11 kV line is to be connected to the transformer 11 kV by 440 volt through the gang isolator and fuses. Then fourth point is, the lightning arrestor are installed on the HT side in order to protect the substation from the lightning stroke or lightning over voltage. Then the transformer step down the voltage up to 400 volt 3 phase 4 wire, and the voltage between any two lines or any two phases is 400 volt, whereas the voltage between any line and neutral is 230 volt. That means if we require 3 phase supply, we can directly take the 3 phase supply 440 volt from this pole mounted substation, and then if we require a single phase supply, then we'll take any one phase and neutral. So we'll get 230 volt single phase supply. Then the oil circuit breaker which is installed at the LT side, which protects the transformer if fault occurs at the consumer end. Then the pole mounted substation are generally used for transformer capacity up to 200 kVA. That means up to 200 kVA we can use pole mounted substation. Then the following points may be noted about the pole mounted substation. First one is, there should be periodically checkup of dielectric strength of the oil in a transformer and circuit breaker, that is oil circuit breaker. We have to check continuously or periodically the oil dielectric strength of the oil in a transformer as well as in a circuit breaker. Then second point is, the case of repair of transformer or oil circuit breaker, both the gang isolator and OCB should be shut off. It should be open. Then equipments in a pole mounted substation. So first equipment is pin type insulator, then air brake switch, then lightning arrestor, circuit breaker, distribution transformer, then earthing, DO fuse, then stay wire, HV cable and HV cable. These are the main equipments that we are using in a 11 kV pole mounted substation. So we'll see in detail. First of all, pin type insulator. So pin type insulator will isolate a wire from the physical support on a utility pole or other structure, provide a means to hold the line. So you have to hold the line, that is distribution line. It will hold the distribution line. It also provides the isolation from the support or pole. Then next is lightning arrestor. The lightning arrestor is a device which is used in an electrical power system in order to protect the damage from the effect of lightning. That means if lightning stroke or lightning surges occurs, that lightning arrestor will protect that 11 kV pole mounted substation or transformer from the lightning strokes. Then air brake switch. In an air brake switch, the disconnectors are the vital parts of the overhead line work or network, then providing crucial point of isolation. That means we are using this air brake switch as an isolating device. The next equipment is a distribution transformer, which is the main component or main equipment of the substation. So distribution transformer is the transformer that provides the final voltage transformation in the electrical power distribution system. That means it is the final distribution conversion device, that is voltage conversion device, that will step down the voltage used in a distribution line up to required value. That means it will step down the voltage up to 400 volt, or in case of single phase it will take 230 volt. So this is the main part of this substation. It has two bushings, HV bushings and LV bushing. These are conservator tank for oil. Then this is our breather. These are fins. Through that oil will circulate and cool down the transformer. Then next equipment is dropout fuse, that is DO fuse. A fuse cutout is a combination of fuse as well as switch. It is a combination of fuse as well as switch. These units are used primarily on the overhead feeder lines and designed to protect the distribution transformer from any current spikes or surges, so that overload of equipment. That means if overload occurs or any current spikes or surges occurs, this dropout switch will operate, that will open the circuit and it will protect the distribution transformer from the further damage. Then next, the primary requirement of good earthing system in a substations are, so first requirement is, it is a stabilized circuit potential with respect to the ground and limit the overall potential rise. That means with the use of earthing, it will limit the overall potential rise, or it will limit the ground potential rise. Second point is, it is protect life and property from the over voltage. Then third is, it is provide low impedance path to the fault current to ensure prompt and consistent operation of protecting devices during ground fault. If ground fault occurs, it will provide the low impedance or low resistance path to that fault current, so that fault current can easily pass to the ground. Then fourth important point is, it is kept the maximum voltage gradient along the surface inside and around the substation within the safe limit during the ground fault. So these are some primary requirements of good earthing system. Then we'll see the earthing. The process of connecting the metallic frame, that is non-current carrying part of an electrical equipment or some electrical part of the system, for example neutral point in a star connected system or one conductor of the secondary of the transformer to the earth or soil, is called as grounding or earthing. You have to connect metallic frame to the earth, or which is non-conducting part, or either we can connect neutral point of the transformer or a generator to the earth, which is nothing but grounding or earthing. So in case of pole mounted substation, we can use pipe earthing. So this is our layout of pipe earthing. In this case, number of layers of charcoal and salt is to be filled in a alternate manner. So these are the layers of salt and charcoal, and one GI pipe or GI pipe having the diameter 38 mm. So it is inserted in that hole. Again it is supported with that GI pipe of 90 mm diameter, and one funnel is provided at the top where you can impart or input the water. Again with the help of cement concrete, this is our cement concrete. So we can use cement concrete in order to produce in order to protect this earthing. So this is our CI frame which is hinged at the top. This is our ground level. So by using pipe earthing we can connect this GI pipe has number of holes. We can connect the number of terminals or number of equipments to this earthing in order to protect that equipment. So we have to use the pipe earthing in case of our pole mounted substation. So the value of the earth resistance for 11 kV substation, it is most important part. To achieve an earth potential rise, that is EPR, less than 430 volt at an overhead fed of 11 kV distribution substation, that means pole mounted substation, then the overall earth value would be typically need to be less than 0.3 to 0.5 ohm. It should be less than 0.3 to 0.5 ohm. Then conclusion. Hence, in this way, we have drawn the layout and prepared a report on 11 kV pole mounted substation earthing. So, this is our complete practical of 11 kV pole mounted substation. If you like the video, hit the like button, share to the maximum students and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.